Welcome back. You're watching Storyboard. Former chairman of BBH New York, Cindy Gallop, is now the founder and CEO of two startups with interesting names, If We Ran the World and Make Love Not Porn. She says that through these two startups, her purpose is to tell the brands to not just make good marketing, but to make marketing good. For example, Make Love Not Porn calls itself pro-sex, pro-porn, pro-knowing the difference. The purpose of this platform is to socialize sex and to talk about it in the real world. This website enables visitors to learn about porn world versus the real world and allows them to submit ideas and other content. On the other hand, If We Ran the World is all about taking action to initiate the right kind of change in the society. Storyboard editor Anant Rangaswamy is in conversation with Cindy at MTV India's Youth Marketing Forum held in Delhi, where she elaborates on the importance of using technology and making it relevant to the real world.
Cindy, welcome to Delhi, and tell us what brings you to India.
So I'm here in Delhi, in India, to speak at the MTV India Youth Marketing Forum, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Right. So first, tell our viewers something about what you do right now.
I have two early-stage startups. Right. I'm the founder and CEO of If We Ran the World, which is my attempt to redesign the future of business,
right,
and Make Love Not Porn, which is my attempt to redesign the future of sex.
Right. So tell us more. Make Love Not Porn has hit the headlines across the world. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what led to your creating that and why people should embrace the thought.
So Make Love Not Porn is an accident. It comes out of the fact that I date younger men, and through that I discovered a number of years ago that the convergence of two things, total freedom of access to hardcore porn online, converging with our society's equally total reluctance to talk openly and honestly about sex, was resulting in porn becoming by default the sex education of today in not a good way.
Right.
And so I created Make Love Not Porn. Our tagline is pro-sex, pro-porn, pro-knowing the difference to counter this.
Right.
It's a platform that is designed to socialize sex and to make it easier to talk about sex in the real world.
Right. You know, the reason I came to Delhi is just to interview two people. So one is done and the second is you. And the reason is, I think the two topics, the two businesses you run are both hugely relevant to India. Both the conversations you're trying to start through your business are both relevant to India. So tell us, using technology, using the data, using all the tools available, the internet, the digital and so on, how easy is it for you to do what you're doing now compared to, say, 10 years ago?
I have a very specific philosophy, which is that I'm all about using technology to make things happen in the real world.
Right.
And in that sense, the way technology has advanced is wonderful because it's making it easier and easier to do the things that I want to do, that I feel passionate about. But at the same time, people tend to get too caught up in the technology and not to really think about how, technology can serve bigger goals. And that's really what both of my startups are about. With If We Ran the World, it's about using technology to be able to take action to effect change. And with Make Love Not Porn, it's about using technology to bring human beings closer together in the real world and to connect in the right kind of way.
Right. Now increasingly, especially in the US, we're reading about lots of acts and movements initiated by brands. Now, is everything easier to do today compared to 20 years ago again? And do you think it is brands have no choice but to go in that direction?
I'm going to be talking about precisely this in my talk here at the Youth Marketing Forum. Essentially because what I want to say to brands is we need to move from an emphasis on making good marketing to making marketing good. And the wonderful thing is that brands can use technology to actually have far more impact on society and on social benefit in a way they never could before. And I'm here to help brands understand how they can do that in a way that transforms their business and will actually, as well as doing more good, also make them more money.
Now, whenever brands try to do good, often there's a lot of cynicism in the consumer. And how does the brand counter that? They've got to make profit. But is this a transition period where people see a lot of profiteering as well as, shall we say, good doing? Are we going to see both?
So do you know, it's interesting. At the moment, most brands operate the old world order model, which goes, we make money here, and then we do good by writing checks to causes to clear our conscience over here.
Right.
And I'm all about it's, you know, making money because you do good. And so everything starts with the brand and its values. When you identify it as a brand, what you stand for, what you believe in, what you value, and then everything you do flows out of that. When you operate according to your values, you find what you should be doing that will help the world as well as your business simultaneously.
Now, take a Behemoth, take a Unilever or a Procter & Gamble and so on. Yeah, now, they've been making money, or Focus has been making money for many, many decades. And now, I think all of them are looking at doing good as well. They are answerable to shareholders. So how do they do what a Cindy Gallop tells them to do?
Well,
what is the challenge?
Yeah, the challenge actually is only thinking in the right kind of way.
Right.
And I will say that as the inaugural jury president for the Glass Lion
Right,
Awards
absolutely.
at Cannes last year, which are awards that celebrate advertising that shatters gender stereotypes, we gave 2 Glass Lions to Procter & Gamble. You know, one was for their wonderful Ariel campaign,
Right.
Share the Load.
Absolutely.
And actually the Glass Lion Grand Prix went to Whisper for their Touch the Pickle campaign. And both of those were programs that were absolutely about benefiting consumers and society as well as selling more product. That sort of integration is exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm thrilled to have both of those case studies coming out of India to show the rest of the world how it's done.
Absolutely. Now, because it's a TV show, I'm going to ask you to think a bit and give me 5 or 6 instances of brands which are doing good work in the way you would describe it.
I think what Unilever is doing with its Dove Real Beauty campaign is excellent as well. There are, you know, a number of campaigns, the Like a Girl campaign, which obviously won, you know. But to be perfectly honest, my answer is there are not enough brands operating like this at the moment. And the reason for that is because you cannot do New World Order business from an Old World Order place. Many companies are structured in a way that doesn't allow them to change the way they operate. And so my message to all brands is really look within yourself, decide you want to do New World Order business, and redesign the way you operate to be able to do that.
And tell me, the viewers of my show who are not in Delhi today and are not going to benefit from hearing you and watching you, what do they miss?
So they're going to miss 2 key messages, both of which are building off the wonderful youth research that MTV in India has done. The first is that I'm going to be talking about the importance of gender equality when it comes to building the marketing teams that can deliver through brands what the youth of India are looking for. Women are crucial to this. Women challenge the status quo because we are never it. And so to be truly innovative and disruptive, you need female points of view within your teams. You need female-informed creativity. And the second thing I'll be talking about is the one area that I know the research program won't have gone far enough into, which is the importance of what Make Love Not Porn addresses for India.
Right.
India is one of our highest sources of traffic to Make Love Not Porn. The youth of India write to us all the time. And I want to talk about the importance within India of creating a more open, healthy dialogue around sex, a different culture of sexual values, good sexual values, and the importance of India reclaiming a national sexual identity that will correct some of the unfortunate things happening in society today.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful talking to you. And
Very
hope
nice
to see you
talking to
back
you.
in India soon.
I would love to come back.
It is time for us to take a short break. When we return, we see a very clutter-breaking TVC in the real estate category on this week's notice board.